Stitchy friends, welcome to the StarlightStitchingCo Flosstube video number 17. Today is June 29th, 2023, and I have a lot of stitching and sewing to share with you. Welcome to those of you who are new, and welcome back to any of the returning subscribers. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel and my business. I truly appreciate it. I have a lot to share, so I guess let's just dig in. I have a previous finish I want to share. This is a Patriotic Angel, which was a Dimensions kit that I finished last year. And the light is really blowing it out. Okay, there we go. She's very pretty, very detailed. Almost full coverage. The little tassels are added on top. I really truly love her. And then she's just in a frame that I picked up from, nope, I ordered it from the Rusty Roof, my favorite frame shop on Etsy. Sometimes I'll pick up frames from the thrift store or from Walmart, but this one just seemed perfect for this very elegant detailed angel in the gold. I also have a couple of new finishes. So first I have my Stitchy Stars. I think I finished stitching this 2 years ago, last year or the year before, I don't remember which. It is on Ada, some sort of neutral Ada, and I used the called for colors, I'm pretty sure. And this is on a frame that I got from Walmart, from the home decor section. It had some saying in here, and I just placed it on a piece of red fabric from my stash and then mounted it on another piece of foam board in the frame. And I really love it. I did put it on magnets and washers because I would like to stitch. Oh, there you go. Now you can see. Now you can see what it said. Start each day with grateful heart. Not with a grateful heart, but with grateful heart. It seemed like the perfect length when I found it at Walmart, and it clearly is. So I would like to stitch this again in different seasonal colors so I can switch them out for each season. So I put it on the magnets and washers. So it's nice to have that fully finished and on display. I also stitched this sweet little free pattern from Tiger Lily Designs, her Patriotic Sue Bonnet, and I just used the same floss colors that I was using on Stars and Stripes. It's a whip. I didn't work on it in the last 2 weeks, but I'll go ahead and show you in just a minute. But I sewed her up into a sweet little pillow with some blue star fabric for my stash, some pom-pom trim, a little bow, and this pretty red blingy flower button that I picked up from Hobby Lobby recently. And then the back is just another blue fabric from my stash. And she is super adorable. I did make a few mistakes on her, but I made it work. And Tiger Lily has the blue of her dress designed to be all one solid color, but I used the 3 different blue floss colors from the Stars and Stripes pattern to make it more of an ombre, like the letters in Stars and Stripes. But she is so sweet. So if you want this adorable little pattern, I will link it below. It's on Tiger Lily's website. So that's all I have for finishes. I guess I'll go ahead and show you whips, since we were talking about that Stars and Stripes pattern. Now this is part of the Nichol Spohr Summer Salve, where she combined 2 different patterns So Stars and Stripes Forever and Red, White, and Bloom. Those are the two patterns from Cherry Hill Stitchery. I'm stitching these all on a pale blue Aida. It's the same thing I stitched the little Sue bonnet in. And that's where I'm at. Like I said, I have not picked this up at all in the last 2 weeks. But I think I'm going to take it with me when we go camping this weekend. So all I have left is the two little stars down here. You can't see it, the stars are on this pattern. The two stars here, and then this bottom floral filigree to match what's up top. And then that'll be done. And that'll probably be the end of my patriotic stitching for this year, other than continuing Land That I Love. I've been stitching patriotic since March, because I had to work on my barn quilt pattern, which is also now available in my shop as a PDF to download. So I was stitching this in March, and I've stitched patriotic ever since. So I think I'm going to be about done with patriotic stitching after that. Move some things out of the way here. I did find some time in my craft room to sew some project bags. Nichol Spohr recently shared a tutorial for project bags where she used a binding around the edges, and I thought that was intriguing, so I tried out making some project bags from a couple of mini charm packs and some extra fabric I had laying around. So this is from the Folktale fabric collection, and then this peachy pink is just from my stash. It was not part of that fabric collection. And then the inside is not only lined but also quilted, since I was doing the binding method, with just batting in between the layers on the front and then the foam stabilizer in the back to make a sturdy project bag. It's definitely not one that's very floppy. And then I also made another one out of the Balboa mini charm pack from Sherry and Chelsea. I wish I'd used a different color zipper. I didn't have one that really fit with any of the colors. Honestly, white probably would have looked better than this shocking blue against the purple, but oh well, it'll work. So much like the other one, it is lined in some fabric from my stash, all quilted and bound, and both of these are empty. I don't have anything in them right now. I'm sure I'll eventually fix that. I don't know that I really like doing the binding on the project bags. I think it makes them very big, or seem big. I don't know. So I don't know that I'll do it that way again. I do have plans to sew up a couple of more project bags just to add to my collection. So we shall see. Other whips. Let's see. I have my Welcome to the North Pole. It's in my new cross-stitch tote. I will have some of these available July 1st, which is this Saturday. Probably only about 4 or 5 of them. I have to count to see how much I can get out of the fabric I have. But I will have some of those available, and you can see how I'm using it here. Thread bed, pocket, a hidden pocket for your scissors to keep them from getting tangled up, big vinyl pocket to put your floss in, and then pockets behind each side. So I managed to finish all of part 1 of the Sal, which is the top section, and then a little teeny tiny start on part 2. The only thing, I picked floss that I had for my stash because I didn't want to have to order the pack, and I think I might have to switch my greens that are used on the light bulbs. The part that's supposed to be in the brighter part of the bulb looks darker than the part that's in the shadow part, so I might just unpick that and stitch it the other way around. I think the colors are okay. I just have the darker portion in the spot that should be the lighter. So that should be really fun. And I am stitching this on a light mushroom Lugana 28 count that I ordered from Primrose Cottage Stitches. It is a very soft fabric to stitch on. Close up my tote. The next thing I worked on was my Land That I Love from freebies. So here's the chart. I'm stitching this on a 32 count raw gold linen from Zweigart. And here's my progress. So I haven't made any more progress on the house. The chain was done before. I did get all the rest of the alphabet and the numbers stitched, and I got a decent start on the flag. So this will probably remain in my current rotation. Not that I actually have a planned rotation, I just work on what I feel like working on. So this will remain out and at hand probably until it's done, because I love it so much. So that will probably be the only patriotic piece that I continue stitching on. Also, I did something I don't think I've ever done before. I have my Oh Holy Night Nativity that I started last year around Christmas time. I think it was right before Christmas. I started this on a 16 count. Did I write it down? Nope, I didn't write it down. I think it was a 16 count opalescent Aida that I dyed kind of an aqua blue. All I got done was Mary, which looks beautiful except for the back stitching. So I need to get more done around it to be able to do the back stitching. The only problem with this chart is that there are a lot of half stitches, which is really difficult to do on Aida. So I think that's why I did not pick it back up after I got that portion done. So I'm going to be abandoning this piece of fabric. I'll cut around Mary and then use the fabric for something else. But I did order a linen. So this is a restart. It's also part of my haul. So on 123 Stitch, I ordered a half yard of 28 count Crystal Dwarf Cashel linen. And it is a beautiful, here, let's get the full width here so you can see the modeling. It's a beautiful mottled blue. It's a little bit darker than the fabric I was using before, but I think it will still be gorgeous. So I got a start on Mary again. So this is the second time I'm stitching Mary on this pattern. But it will go so much easier on this linen than on the Aida. The half stitches are simple to do, and I think I'll be able to make some real progress on it. It's a very large chart. Where did my other clip go? There we go. It's a very large chart. You can see all the detail. All I had done before was this Mary right here, and I just didn't want to go through the rest of the chart with so many half stitches on Aida, and it looked wonky because of those half stitches not looking right. So I'm very excited to work on this regularly as well. And then the rest of this fabric, so you can see the difference in the fabric color. This was definitely more of an aqua, and this is more of a blue, but they're both sparkly and they're both gorgeous. So I'll add those back into my stash. My next whip is some secret stitching for the Clutch Club. I have clutches and handbags available as part of the Clutch Club, and those are still available in my shop right now. I am working on stitching the model. I'll be taking that with me, and hopefully I can get it done this weekend. But I thought I would give you a little peek at the theme in case you want to order yours before they're gone. Again, I have handbags and clutches. It comes with a handmade needle minder by another artisan, as well as a few other stitching extras. And the theme is sunflowers. So if you love sunflowers, you'll want to get in on this. And the fabric is so gorgeous. I am going to be keeping one of the handbags for myself because it is so pretty. But just to give you a little sneak peek. Let me get this tucked away. And I am using, this is a Christine Sherman stitch case. I don't remember her name for it. But I really loved the fabric print. It was an oops. I think something got cut a little too short. So it's shorter than her standard ones. And on the inside, it has this full fabric pocket, a pocket up here, the thread bed, and then pockets behind. And I've realized while using this that I really do love having the vinyl pocket for my floss to be in, because it's a little hard sometimes to open it up and peek in to find my floss. So I really appreciate being able to see my floss through the clear vinyl. Let me get this closed up. Let's see, I think that's it for my whips. I will share a little bit of plans. I have another thing that I want to work on soon. This is a chart that I had started 2 years ago for Christmas in July. It's "And to All a Good Night" by Stitching with the Housewives. Yeah, there's no date on the pattern, so I don't know when it came out. 2021. So yeah, 2 years ago I started stitching this, and I haven't picked it up since. And I'm stitching this on an opalescent Aida that I hand dyed with some indigo dye. And here's where I'm at. I would really like to work on this during Christmas in July and maybe be able to have it finished for this year. We'll see how that goes. I haven't done any stitching on this recently, so this isn't a whip yet. This is more like plans. But I just love the sparkly Aida. I have the finishing board and everything. I just need to get it stitched. And this is just in a Jolly Housewives project bag. I really don't care for the floppy bags very much. Just personal preference, I guess. So that's it for whips or anything in progress. We talked about finishes. I guess next is haul. I do have a fair bit of haul. I've got to quit spending money for multiple reasons. One being I'm running out of room to put things. So I got in my Bestitch Me fabric of the month. This is called Summer Sunrise. It is a very bright, sorry for the crinkle. It is a very bright pinky orangey color. And I have no idea what I could use this on. So for now, I think I'll be switching to the Neutrals Color Club, just because this month and last month the colors have been very vibrant and things that I'm not sure I would use. So like this is a pinky orange and the last one was a purple, a very pretty purple. I just don't know how I'll use it. So I think I'll be switching to the Neutrals Club, something that'll be a little bit easier to use. When I ordered from 123 Stitch, I also ordered some 28 count white opalescent Lugana, just in case I didn't like the Crystal Dwarf, so I could dye more. I'm glad I liked the Crystal Dwarf because I actually didn't order the right size. So this will be going into my stash. I ordered the Eliza's French Birds pattern. I've seen so many people stitching this on Instagram and the finishes are stunning. So I picked this up to add to my stash. And I also ordered the called for pearl cottons to go with the Shepherd's Bush stitch pattern. I wasn't going to. I was just going to use some DMC all stick strands for my stash. But I had already put these in the cart when I went on to order the Crystal Dwarf fabric and said, what the heck? They're already there in the cart, so let's just go ahead and get it. Because I don't want to start a whole new floss collection that I'm not going to use, or have a whole bunch of floss that I'm not going to use. So we'll see how it goes. Also, nope, I think I did hear from the person who won the giveaway for this pattern. From Fat Quarter Shop, I picked up the Create Everyday pattern by Teresa Kogut. That's a freebie. So many people have been stitching this that I finally got the bug. I'm not going to stitch it right now, just adding it to my stash. I also picked up the Jingle Bell Sleigh Ride Co. This is the Christmas in July stitch along that Nichol Spohr is doing. I'm not going to be stitching along during the summer because I want to finish my And to All a Good Night first, but this will be added into my collection and maybe I'll stitch it at Christmas time. We'll see. I ordered a project bag from Sherry So Sweet on Etsy in the pretty Love Note fabrics. It's gorgeous. Here's the back. The quilting is very nice. Very straight lines and perfect seams. Anytime I do a patchwork bag, I always have a hard time getting the seams perfect, even if I use the interfacing trick. So she apparently has the system down because it's gorgeous. My only complaint or dislike about it is that it feels like there's maybe just batting. My only complaint is that it's floppy. It's a floppy bag. See? And I really love my stiffer, sturdier bags. And this is a floppy bag. So it's really pretty. I like the sturdier bags because when I'm out camping or out somewhere, I'll rest the bag on my knees and clip the pattern to the bag, and that works as like a project table, kind of. And the firmer bag works for that, whereas this bag, it would just flop all over the place. So it's really pretty. It's also very large. It's even larger than the ones I made. I wonder how big that sucker is. So I may end up giving that away as a giveaway. That's a very generous giveaway because those project bags aren't exactly cheap. Or I may figure out a way to put something stiff inside. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. From Annabella's, I ordered the Teresa Kogut Sweetland pattern. I think that'll be a beautiful companion to my Land That I Love. I also ordered the Stitchy Bird. And then Tudor Bee from the Blue Flower. So some pretty patterns to add to my stash. And my last piece of haul is the Make Your Mark Therese Grosjean 1910 from Chantel's 141 Design Company. Yeah, there it is right there. So it's a simple little sampler that comes with the finishing board and the paints and a wood block to use as like an easel, I guess, to help it stand. I don't know. I haven't read the instructions yet. So that's a really fun kit. Comes with the chart and a blank chart so you can chart your own name and year. So I'll be putting my own name on there. That's a really fun little finishing kit. I know she has a different one this month. I'm not going to order them every month. I think I'm just going to get this one. But if that's something that you're interested in, I do highly recommend you check her out. I will try to link that below if I can. And I think that does it. So next up would be giveaways. So last week in the giveaways, I have this sweet little camper pennant. They call it a wall flag kit. I've actually already stitched this up and it's hanging inside my camper right now. And then this sweet little Be the Light fireflies in a jar. So these two items go to Diane Wilson. Thank you so much for watching. Please send me an email at the email address listed in the description box below and let me know what you won and your shipping address so I can get this sent out to you. The giveaway for this week, first of all, please be 18 so I can ask for your mailing address. Please be in the US because shipping is pricey. Please like and subscribe the video and then leave a comment with the code word in it. So the prize, the giveaway this time is going to be the Stitching with the Housewives Summer project bag and the enamel keychain, as well as the Stitching with the Housewives Summer pattern. So all of these will be tucked in this bag, and this will be the giveaway for this week. If you would like to win that, just use the code word SUMMER somewhere in your comment, and then next video I will draw a winner for that. Lastly is plans, and then a quick shop update. So plans, we're going to be going camping this weekend for 4th of July. I hope everyone has a fabulous 4th of July here in the US and that you stay safe. I want to finish my secret stitching for the club. That's not really a want, that's a need. That's a priority. I'm going to have to get that done before I do anything else. I want to stitch some more on Land That I Love. I want to finish up the patriotic stitching, Stars and Stripes. I don't want to leave that lingering until next year. I want to keep up on the Welcome to the North Pole. And I would love to put in some more time on my Oh Holy Night. But that's a lot, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot to share. I've also been getting some quilting in. Little bits awake, so I might get interrupted. I've managed to squeeze in a few minutes of quilting here and there, and I am working on my cozy cabin quilts in the Cheer and Merriment fabric line. So I have my blocks to this portion. Considering where I left off, that's actually pretty good progress. So the last 15 minutes or so of my working day down here, I've been working on some quilts, or this quilt particularly, just for some fun. And then I will also be starting, I don't have the cover sheet for it, the Vintage Kite quilt. I don't know where my pattern went for it. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I picked up, oh, I know where it's at. So I'm going to be working on the Vintage Kite quilt. This is from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a free pattern, and it uses their Vintage Kite paper piecing pack, 2 of them. And I'm using my Early Bird Fat Quarter bundle that I've had on my shelf forever, and some pretty, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. It's a white on white with flowers. Can you see it? Maybe just barely. And I've got my first pack of papers all cut out, my add a quarter plus ruler, fabric glue stick. I am all ready and set to go on this as soon as I get done with the Cozy Cabin quilt. So I don't want to start this one until I have that quilt top put together. And also on quilting, I have a quilt ladder in my craft room that has all of my whip quilts on it. And for the longest time, it looked like a sloppy hot mess. And I recently took the time to fold all of the quilts in such a way that you don't see any of the batting or any of the excess backing fabric hanging out, which is mostly what you could see before. And it just looks beautiful, and it has calmed down that little corner where there's always stuff piled up. I'll share it with you here. Let me tip it up. That is the quilt ladder with all of my whip quilts on it. So now you can actually see all of them. They're folded up all nice and pretty. And it just, love my craft space all that more. I'm in an unfinished basement. It's not very pretty, so I'm trying to find ways to, you know, pare things down, simplify a little bit, clean it up. Speaking of such, is there anyone interested in a quilting de-stash? Because I have a lot of jelly rolls and a few, 4 different Fat Quarter bundles that I know are out of print by now. Is there anybody interested in a de-stash sale? Maybe I'll put them on my website, or maybe open back up the Etsy store to put them in there. We'll see. For a shop update, on July 1st, I will have some more clutches available. These aren't finished. I still have to sew the binding down, add the snaps, add the charm, but this is what we will have. Some red and black stitching with the Housewives fabric. Some green Love Notes roses. This pretty blue flower with the blue border. And then these thread spools with the polka dots. And then I will also have some of these cross-stitch totes. Again, not very many, probably only 4 or 5. I have to count and see how much fabric I have. So that is all I have to share. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous couple of weeks and enjoy some summer fun and stay cool. It's been very hot here. So talk to you later. Bye.